Well, guys, we have got quite the interesting character here today. I don't know what the headgear is all about. It's definitely not keeping in his brains anyway, because I don't think this guy really has any. If brains were dynamite, he wouldn't have enough to blow his nose. Anyway, so this is a bond revocation hearing, and as you can clearly tell, this guy is an upstanding citizen. So I have absolutely no doubt that his bail will not be revoked. That's a goddamn lie. Now, I'll just tell you straight up, some of the claims in this are shocking, so be prepared for that. It's pretty bad. But yeah, let's just get stuck straight into it and see what happens.
Okay, the parole board's called back to order. We're now at Morehouse Parish Jail. With the people at Morehouse, you have anybody in there with you? Or are you by yourself?
By myself.
Okay. State your name and DOC number for the record.
Derek Smith, 538712.
Okay, Derek, today we're here for a revocation hearing on your parole. Do you have a parole questionnaire with you?
No, sir.
Okay, we're gonna put one on the board. Tell me, is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you're not eligible for appointed counsel today? If you wanted counsel, you'd have to hire it yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you want to proceed today without appointed counsel?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so first we're gonna hear from Agent Mark Hopkins. Agent Hopkins. Tell you what, we're gonna go on and read your violations, and then we'll let Mr. Hopkins speak after we read your violations. Ms. Stapleton has been assigned your case. Want me to read his violation? Okay, I'm gonna read your violations.
Right here,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, rule violations, number 4, you engaged in criminal activity as evidenced by your arrest on 2/10/2024 for aggravated battery of a dating partner, strangulation, and second degree slash vaginal. On 9/5/24, the courts held a probable cause hearing, and probable cause was found for the charge of battery on a dating partner, but did not find probable cause for the charge of second degree. The charges were dismissed by the district attorney's office on 3/31/2025 as the victim would not cooperate with the district attorney's office, and the victim requested the charges be dropped. Number 10, you are in arrears of $168 when you were arrested. Currently, your arrears are $1,050 as of 4/1/25. And you have the right to plead guilty, not guilty, or guilty with a statement of number 4, your dating partner.
Not guilty with a statement.
Okay, what is it?
That came from me and my girlfriend arguing, and I broke up with her and kicked her out. And she's high on methamphetamines, and I'm not sure if y'all have a history of dealing with people on meth, but they go through delusions. She made up that whole story about me choking her and stuff. It was all a part of a delusion in her head from her meth use. Like, only thing I can ask is y'all see that I didn't get convicted of the charge or anything. Just please have mercy on me for that. Like, it's not in my character to abuse women and stuff. That's not something I've ever done. That's not something I ever will do. That's just not me.
Okay, so that's your statement. You didn't do it. Okay, so number 10, but now they just dropped the charge of the rape. They didn't drop the charge of the domestic abuse battery.
Yes, ma'am. They dropped both of them.
Oh, it was well, everything was dismissed, excuse me. All right, so the district attorney did that. All right, now the arrears, $1,000.
I could pay it if I get out. I understand if y'all give me a 90-day technical violation or something for that. I do understand. If you ask Mark, he'll tell you, like, the little money I did have while I was out there, I paid him. I was just struggling from job to job. I mean, Bastrop, we're pretty much unemployed here.
All right, well, that's your rule violations. We're gonna let Agent Hopkins speak now.
No, you can go. It's Agent Hopkins.
Yeah, he's on the.
Okay, Agent Hopkins, could you add some information to this?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The basics that I wanted to add is when he went to court, all the charges were dropped because of the uncooperation of the alleged victim.
Right.
They couldn't hold a trial with her not cooperating. But I do want to point out that back September 5th of 2024, they did have a preliminary exam in court and did find probable cause to proceed to trial on the domestic charge.
Do you have any questions?
What I want to tell you is I want to tell you what a good job you did on your report. All of y'all do a wonderful job, but I mean, you made sure that we had the report, we had the audio recording, the pictures, and so that's worth a lot when you're, especially with the domestic violence cases, because a lot of times there are people we can't because they're frightened or whatever. But when we have that kind of information, it means a lot. And I know that you work hard to get that for us. So I want to thank you.
You're
So
welcome. Thank you.
what
Yes,
kind of
sir.
guy is, can you tell us something about his character since you've been dealing with him?
Well, I only supervised him for about 5 months. We had to put him in jail one time for a technical for 7 days because he couldn't charge his GPS to verify that he was keeping his curfew. So me and the district administrator had to go out and put him in jail for 7 days for that. But other than that, I mean, he worked a couple of different jobs. He was living in a mobile home, a little camper trailer behind an uncle's house. I mean, just
Okay,
basically no major problems until this arose.
Okay, did you speak to the victim? I mean, earlier, that was the officer that questioned her.
That was the officer that questioned her, and the recorded statement was taken by the officer that
Correct.
night of the occurrence.
Heard the recorded statement.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your the job you do.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Callen, questions?
Okay. Well, you know that we have pictures. The deputy, White, he took pictures. He did a great job with his interview and all the backup information that he got. So we have pictures of her neck, and she said that you commonly strangle her. That's something that you do.
That's something that she's admitted that she's lied about. Like
We can
she
see the
was
bruise
lying
marks
with the
around her
victim.
neck. The pictures have the bruise marks around her neck.
I'm pretty sure she did it to herself or something. Like the girl was high on methamphetamine.
Okay, so while we were listening to the auditory, she was very frightened of you. And that you sent her text that you were going to kill her whole family. Things like that. So she has text of that. What about that?
She don't have that. Like it's all part of her delusions in her head from her drug use. I'm telling you, like I have multiple people here in this jail that can tell you that the girl's crazy. The staff of this jail can tell you that.
Why did you stay with her?
Because I've been with her since I was 10 years old, and I came home from prison and she was like this. Like she's never been like this before. But I just did 7 years in prison, and when I come home, I seen her. She was on the needle and stuff, and I've read a bunch since I've been in jail about drug use and stuff like that, and I know that 98% of people that get on needles don't come back from that. But my loyalty and everything with her and the history we have since I was 10 years old, that's 25 years. I just didn't want to throw it away. And she's accused me of all kind of stuff before, and she's told me she was gonna call the police on me. She just never did, so I never thought she would. Like,
Well, so she was saying you're on drugs and that you're bringing drugs in the house. So you're not on drugs?
no, ma'am, I don't do drugs. I mean, I've
Okay.
never failed my drug test or nothing, ma'am.
Where do you plan to live if you're released?
I have my own place. It's on my uncle's property.
Do you plan to stay in a relationship with her?
Oh, no, sir, not. I can't, because if something like this happens again, I mean, it jeopardizes my freedom. Even though I still love her today, and like I've seen her a couple of times, and I've got emotional when I've seen her, but it's my freedom is at stake here, and that's something I value a lot, because y'all see my record. I've been in prison most of my life. This really hurts right here. Just being in here innocent. This is one of the only times I've been in here innocent like this. I've never had to deal with something like this until I messed up. It hurts, and I can't let her do that to me no more.
Okay, according to the ruse, you're not supposed to be around anybody who is using drugs and stuff. You do know that, huh?
Yes, sir.
I see. I have no more questions.
Okay, what about the statement that some of your neighbors and stuff saw you with an AK walking in the middle of the street?
Nobody's ever seen me with that. That was something that she said.
He says a lot, huh?
I'm telling you, if you listen to her statement for 13 minutes straight, she just rambles on from subject to subject of all kind of crazy stuff. That I was trying to take my uncle's house from him, and just all kind of crazy just delusion. If you listen to it, sir, you'll see it's clearly delusions. She even says that she suffers from brain damage on there.
Okay, let's see, I don't think I have any other questions. Anybody else have any more other
I have
questions?
no more questions.
I move for the executive session.
I second.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Bruce,
Yes.
Dillon.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go into executive session for a minute, so just hold tight, okay?
Yes, sir. Well, this is the day I find out what's going on. It's crazy how she can admit to that she lied and they're still using this statement against me.
Pause the video right there. So they're gone off to have a chat about whether or not to let this guy out. Now I want you to vote in the side chat right now. If you were on that board, would you be letting him out? Would you believe him and trust what he's saying? Or would you think, nah, Osama bin Laden?
Okay, the parole board's back in session. It's 10:22. Would you call roll, please?
Bruce,
Yes.
Dillon,
Yes.
Stapleton.
Yes.
Okay, we've come to discuss our confidential matters. Now we're ready to vote. Ms. Stapleton?
I'm going to vote to revoke you today, that you're in violation of rule number 4. And it was, battery on a dating partner.
Okay, Mr. Tillers?
I concur with Ms. Stapleton.
I also find you in violation of condition number 4 as evidenced by the marks on her and the statements from law enforcement and her. So today your parole has been revoked. We'll close out at Morehouse at 10:23.
Well, that came as a shock to approximately absolutely nobody. You can just tell this guy's a piece of crap. Absolutely no doubt about it, and he's exactly where he belongs. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll catch you in the next one. Slán, chat.